Right then, I've just watched the Flash pilot episode. Absolutely superb. I don't know what else to say. I don't know where to start. Well, I watched it. I'm not being funny, but this blew Smallville out of the water for me. I found Smallville up until season 6 when they brought the Justice League in. I thought Smallville were rocking, and you know, the Arrow character and stuff. It were pretty cool, but I couldn't do with the. There were a lot of teenage angst and you know, all that, and you know, with this, there's none of that. It's got a sense. It's got a feeling like Arrow, but it's more colourful than Arrow, where he's a bit darker. You know, from what I can see and what I watched, and I really enjoyed. But anyway, into the story, you usually got it by lightning bolt from Cyclotron at Star Labs. It created a load of metahumans. Mainly the main villains, the weather wizard. Should have had a rod really. His weather rod, whatever. But yeah, I mean the characters, Iris, her father. That's a nice twist. Her dad being a detective and that, and the supporting characters, especially the scientist guy at Star Labs. I'll go into him in a minute. But the story, 5 out of 5, beautiful pilot. It's a shame. The only problem was it should have been an hour and a half. It would have been so much better if it had been an hour and a half. It's like just one episode, but they so packed the episode in, which was absolutely fucking hot. So that for me is superb. Story, pretty good origin story, as I said. Characters set up, we're getting there. I think the characters, you know, I think DC have got a hit here. I mean, the highlight for me was the crossover with Oliver Queen, Arrow, where they met each other and they complimented each other, and he gave him a speech. He said, you know, he said you've been chosen, you know, and you can do things I can't do because I've made a lot of mistakes and I've killed, but you can become something far more. That was superb. The suit, excellent. Love the suit. I'm a big fan of the original series, and I found it pretty awesome putting John Wesley Shipp in it as his dad. You know, and his father went to prison for the murder of his mother the night he was a child, and you know, we know Professor Zoom. And it's a great shot, and the effects are just amazing. And you know, he's gone through his entire life where nobody believes him. He investigates everything that's weird and strange, and that is just absolutely good. I like that about his character, and he has a sense of humour to him as well. He's sort of like not a nerd. I don't want to use the stereotypes. He's a bit of a. He's sort of very inwards type of character, and people don't get him. You know what I mean? I mean, him and Iris, it's when she meets this fella and, you know, she's looking at him. You can tell there's something there between them, even though her father brought them up as family. You know what I mean? There's a strong connection, which is going to be interesting. She's his best friend, but obviously this is going to develop over the coming seasons. I mean, the superb battle with the weather wizard. I mean, the end battle was just absolutely brilliant. They spent the money on this. This is television quality. I mean, what more can I say? And then we get into Little Fred's little hints, Gorilla Grodd. Now that's going to be interesting. You know, I hope he does come from Gorilla City, but I think they're going to make it where through some experiment it become hyper intelligent gorilla. But it is going to be interesting seeing Gorilla Grodd. We saw Ferris Aircraft, connections to Green Lantern. You know, I hope we see like Wayne Enterprises or something. You know, that'll be quite cool. I don't know. I wonder if there'll be a crossover with Constantine. Or Constantine, you know. That's going to be interesting if it does go that way. But the connection between them and Arrow, obviously from the second season, is quite interesting. But when Felicity Smoke comes into it, that's going to be sort of how they're going to cross them both over. But I mean, his backup team at Star Labs of the engineering guy, and I forgot the names, and the scientist woman. I think there's going to be something going on between them. But the main scientist who owns Star Labs, he got ruined. And obviously they're working out from underground, and they've still got, you know, they've been classed as a danger risk because after what happened with the cyclotron experiment. But I mean, it's created a lot of superhumans. So I'm hoping we're going to get the entire Flash's Rogue gallery, you know, from Mirror Master to Captain Boomerang. The music, brilliant. I mean, the old setup for the series, the background, the story writing, the characters, all of it's great. I like the ending where he defeats the wizard. He goes into battle against the weather wizard, and I mean, he just twats the guy. I mean, you know, he's spinning round the opposite way when he's gonna. Well, weather wizard's a bit thick. He's got all this power, and he's just robbing banks. But he gets inspired that he can do bigger things. He creates a big tornado, flash, just bang, straight in there, shoots round opposite way, you know, and just strips him, takes him out. And stood there with the gun. He thought he was only one, but he gets shot by Iris's dad, the police officer who was there, because he wrecked his car and they were after him. And he sees, you know, Barry's identity, and that's how it is, you know. But he says you can't go near my daughter because if you're going to be doing this type of stuff, you know, it's a bit dangerous. So and it moves. The story moves not fast, but enough to keep you in focus with it, following along. My only gripe was they should have been 2 hours to an hour and a half, I think, personally. You know, that was the problem. It was just a bit too short, because they could have done so much more. But, I mean, I can't really disqualify a point. But what topped it was, you got Ferris aircraft, Gorilla Grods, and you got little hints at stuff, you know, other things that are coming. And it all finished with the guy, the head scientist at Star Labs. You know, I don't want to final scenes. It's he goes into this room. This like futuristic door of molecular construction opens up, like, you know. And he goes in this room. He presses this thing, and he's walking. I don't think he's going to be Professor Zoom. Quite frankly, I don't think he is. I think he's from the future, and he's there to stop something. Because when this hologram came on, it said crisis. You know, and if they're going down the infinite crisis path, this is going to be interesting. So, are we going to get any other, like, superheroes and who's coming? You know what I mean? So, this has opened the door. I think Marvel have to start getting a bit worried because, I mean, DC, I mean, they lost their way for a couple of years, didn't they, with Green Lantern and stuff. I mean, I quite like Green Lantern. It did lack something, but to see the actual Green Lantern universe live was sort of interesting for me. You know, it should have been a film so much bigger in scope than what it was. But the whole thing, if they can do that at a television level, start bringing the other characters in, the other superheroes, which they're going to bring them in. I mean, I don't know who they're going to bring in, but they're going to bring these people in. And it is going to be pretty awesome. I mean, it's unlimited. Are we going to get Wally West? Do you know what I mean? Are we going to get Impulse? Are we going to get the thing from the future with Impulse's family? You know, Iris, his mother, his father who got done for his mother's murder, which he didn't murder with Professor Zoom. I think there's another detective there. He's got a big ego. I think he'll call Obadiah Fung, I think. But if that's him, I think he's there to watch him. He's Professor Zoom, you know, and he's going to stop the other guy at Star Labs. There's a future thing going on, some time travel thing going on. I don't know. I'm only surmising he might have killed his mother or whatever to stop him from becoming the Flash. So I don't know. That's just me speculating. There's something more going on. There's a future thing, a time travel thing going on, because this dude's the scientist guy at Star Labs. He's obviously from the future. I mean, we got it all. Star Labs, Ferris aircraft. You know, there's going to be little other things. Starling City, Arrow. You know, hints. Gorilla Grodd. I know I've said all this, but they're setting it up nicely. So I suppose next week's episode they're going to add a bit more. But it's just a shit. It should have been so much longer. But I'm going to give it, you know, 5 out of 5. You know, for me, 5 out of 5. spot on, all of it. Sorry, I'm trying to breathe. Spot on, all of it, absolutely superb. So roll on next week. That's all I've got to say really. I could go into detail. Honestly, I could talk about this for hours. So please subscribe for videos. Leave comments, negative or positive. Love to debate it. You know, we're all fans. Science fiction, superhero, all of it. We love it. And yeah, definitely look forward to hearing from you all. So I'll see you for the Shield review. I mean, it's going to be a busy week this week. So I'll speak soon.